Good morning, Jamar. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Arrow. How about yourself?
Doing fantastic. You're right down the highway from me in Anderson, South Carolina. Does that make you a Clemson fan, or are you going to go Gamecocks on me?
Man, you hit me with. I grew up with both of them in the household, so I've been kind of juggling for my whole life now.
So true. I've always felt for those that live in that Greenville area. I mean, it's like, oh my God, which side do you jump on? And if is it just like spur of the moment?
Literally, yeah. It's like whoever. I mean, almost. It's bad to say, Arrow, but like it's kind of like whoever's doing good, and because the women's Gamecocks. I mean, wow, amazing. But then you got Clemson college football team that's been doing great too. So it's like, you got to kind of play both sides. I got a shirt for whatever day, I just throw whatever shirt for whatever day. Whoever's playing, I put my shirt on and I just go downstairs and do what I do.
What is it about the soil around that area that there are so many artists that have always come from that area? I mean, it just blows me away. And even when you look at the concert schedules of the bands that are performing today, they've always got to go through that area of the country. I think they're there to steal your dirt.
Man, what you talking about? Listen, I bet you can find bags full of dirt.
Yeah.
And them that good soil.
It is. I mean, do you think it's the role of the land or the way that it comes out of the mountain area? I mean, because there's something very magical about that section of the Carolinas.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful, man. I mean, honestly, it's one of those breathtaking, moments of fresh air, to be honest. And, like just even being from the low country, like the Myrtle Beach area, mm-hmm. it's just beautiful. Even when I visit back home, I'm always like blown away at the beauty of just everything around me. It's like, wow, when you're a kid, you're just running around here, you're not really paying attention. But as you get older, you can appreciate, where you live and how beautiful it is, and every mountainside. Just everything. It's amazing.
Yeah, and we've got to give Buford, Georgia, a big plugs too, because I mean, we can't just talk about the Carolinas all day, because you step into Georgia, and that in itself is poetry in motion.
Yes, talk about it, man. And Buford over here in Gwinnett County, yes. It is been amazing over here. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful places to me in the Atlanta area, and. I was glad that me and my wife were able to even, purchase a home on this side. So, this is a beautiful place. So very nice people, and it reminds me of home so much.
Creatively speaking, though, when you're walking around that Atlanta area, we're talking about one of the music capitals of the world. On every corner, there's a new genre of sound. Anything from R&B to crunk. You name it, you're going to pick up on an inspiration. What is it that, I mean, how do you walk through the everyday streets knowing you're going to pick up something, Jamar, and you're going to run with it?
Man, that's amazing, Arrow. Like, honestly, knowing that I could just capture like a creative moment, like you said, just literally walking through the streets, walking through the mall, you walking through the airport, like you could just be going to the Publix and someone's out there playing this violin perfectly, no mistakes. Like you got people that are singing, and it's you are constantly inspired in this city. And like I said, I live outside of the city, and still, like I still experience that when I'm going to the local grocery store, or like, even to the mall. It's honestly like a music heaven. Like everywhere you go, music is like a prime subject of each county almost. It's like everywhere you go, it's like someone's doing something that's amazing, and you have to get out here and record the moment, because really those are the most organic moments to me. It's not the people that's on TV. It's not what you see online all the time. It's really those moments. Like I went to a concert with Earth, Wind & Fire one time.
Oh my God! Oh.
Carlos Santana, which was amazing, courtesy of my wife. I love her so much. And there were these guys out there drumming, and they were playing the song Fantasy on drums, doom, 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 and they had like the little record player going, little radio, a Bluetooth speaker, as a matter of fact. And the way they were drumming, like, I was like, man, look at this. These guys are so talented, man. oh, they're so talented. So it's a beautiful thing to walk around and just know that music is always around you, you know?
Don't you love the moment of music in that, like when you talk about the percussions, how do the percussions mix with the guitars, with the vocals? I mean, it's almost like every night that we go to a concert, we should actually be very grateful of a miracle happening right there in front of us. Man,
Arrow, yes. You should absolutely be grateful, because who did this? Like, what? Yeah, right. How did I know to put this together? Who created this stuff? You know, like, I often sit around and I'm thinking, like, man, who like literally took a piece of wood and cut it into like the shape with a neck and a body and put strings on it, and like it created sounds, like, but then you blend it with something with the skins on it, you know, like such as a drum, and you got the keys that are made of the ivory. Yeah. And it's like, who knew that all of this went together to create a band? Like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Who's one guy? Let's try. Hey, this sounds good by itself, but let's place this together with this. Where are you, man? We love
The power of exploration. And see, and this is how far back I take it, Jamar, is that I go, it had to start with a thought. Did the thought come from a tree or just a passing bumblebee? Where did it come from?
That's a good one. Exactly. Like, who's like walked around and just thought about, like, I'm going to build something that makes a beautiful sound. Yeah. So like, who thought about beautiful sound? Who knew that it was beautiful? So many questions, man.
Do you find yourself when you're opening for the top names, do you find yourself being the student in the way that you're taking notes, you're a brilliant listener, and that it's like, okay, they've had this incredible journey, I want to become a part of the continuation?
Yes, every single time. I often tell everyone, no matter how experienced or how good I am, I'm always going to be a sponge when it comes to life, music, advice, wisdom. Like, I'm always going to be a sponge. So when I meet the greats and I open up for them, I'm definitely, even after I open up, I'm not the one to go like, you know, just go mix and mingle. Like, I'm behind the stage actually watching, study, seeing what they do or what they've done for so long that's kept them, you know, being where they're at the top of their game. So I'm always a student of music, always. Yeah. And I'm always, and I need what they have, even though I want it to be brought out to that level.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, Jamar, I'm blessed with the opportunity to talk with a lot of these legends like Carlos Santana and Earth, Wind & Fire. And what I love about them is how real they are. They have every reason in the book to be so stuck on themselves. You ain't going to get it from them. You know, that's just not who they are. And then you go, well, wow, if they're still going today by being at peace like this, then that's who I want to be.
There you go. Yes, Arrow, you're absolutely right. And I stand on that. You know, I stand on my character, integrity, and being nice to people. You know, a lot of people say, Jamar, man, you're so like such a great guy. You're so, you know, you're so mannerable. That's what I love to hear more than anything. I never want to be that guy I'm so great and so prestige in what I do to the point where I just overlook being a human and being a person and just not treating people like they should be treated, you know, like, and just not having good character. I mean, I grew up, that was like the first thing I've ever learned before I could touch an instrument, how to be mannerable and how to have respect for people. And you put that into your music and I feel like it starts to show, even when you're not trying to let it show, people could just see it. They can feel it and
Yeah, that's one of the things that that I've learned about being part of the Elevation family, and that is that you don't have to go out there and say God. Just wear it. They'll pick up on it. Trust me.
Come on, man. This is so true. And man, so many stories. Yeah, this is so true, Arrow. I mean, just wear it. Honestly, just be that godly figure, man, and the rest is history most times. Like, most people, they don't even know why they start talking to me most times. I mean, but it's like they could feel the peaceful joyous energy in me. Most of the contestants always say, man, if we had to pick that one human that could be the best human in the world, Jamar, it would be you. And I'd be like, man, I'm like, thank you. You know, I was just me. I'm just me. I make people smile and, you know, just be a happy guy. Just be a guy that's full of joy. That's it.
How do you deal with those moments? I mean, at 36 years old right now, and as you continue to grow with the journey, I mean, I just to go and be on that stage, it's like the older I get, the more I want to be with family. I want to be with them at all times, but I also know I'm being called to a stage so others will be affected. How do you deal with that one little space that a lot of people don't realize that we have to go through as creatives?
Wow. Me dealing with that, you know, I lean heavily on prayer and direction. Honest, that's my go-to. And I just seek wisdom for moments like this because, you know, of course I got married a little less than 2 years, coming up on 2 years ago. And, you know, I was blessed to have the wife that I have. That's like, Mr. Langley, you have gifts like that you're still doing. I'm not here to hold you. I'm here to push you forward even more. Yeah. And her push alone is really what has landed me in this position because, again, like seeking God's wisdom. And I feel like some of that came through her and just being in the right position because I'm always now paying attention, just being very, very careful of like where I'm at and how I'm doing, even who I'm working with here in Atlanta, you know, like just making sure that I'm focused ahead. And I feel like even in that moment, like you said, that little moment in between is what shifted me from doing the lounges, just going to the studio every day and maybe just singing TikTok videos to on the stage, you know? And so everything that's good about me gets to come out on the stage. And I would even go on record, Arrow, to say that I feel like part of the reason why I got a chair turn wasn't just because I sounded good. I feel like they felt something beyond that. And there was something in there that they heard, apparently in my voice, but I feel like it's part of, like you said, when you're carrying a certain thing, it's just a part of you. And I felt like that's what came out as well.
Yeah. You know, there's a subliminal message that I always pick up on in the voice, and I hope that listeners and viewers will see this. When they hear you for the first time, they're not seeing you. That's like listening to the radio. You don't see videos. You're picking up on the vibration of the soul that created that music. And that's what I love about the voice is that they are planting that seed into the hearts of the viewers, and then they turn around. So that to me, you've got to hear it first before you experience it.
Yes, Harold. Man, you have some nuggets. And I love that. Well, you got to hear it first before you experience it. That is so true. And hearing comes from your ears. And honestly, we use our minds to even focus, to even get to the stage of hearing. So it's like all of that is like just honestly before you even seeing a person. That's so amazing.
Yeah. You said something that's still in my heart, and that is focus ahead, because I believe in focus forward. And so with you saying that, listeners have got to understand the importance of that. Yes, we have a past. I get it. But in order to grow forward, you've got to focus forward.
This is true. You have to. Honestly, you have to learn how to get up.
Yes.
One of the past is good or bad. Like me, I had kids in my 20s. You know, I had my daughter, and hey, it wasn't what I planned, but the other thing I didn't plan to do was to lay down and just sulk in it either.
Yeah.
I got up, and like I said, I had to music slow down right then during that moment, but I never stopped moving forward. Mm-hmm. Like, despite of what could have been on either side of me or what may be behind me trying to pull me back.
Yeah.
I never stopped moving forward. And it's super important to keep your eyes on your prize. I know people say keep the eyes on the prize, but a lot of people, the prize is keep your eyes on your prize too, because you don't want to, the prize can be anyone's prize, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I've had those moments where I've been wanting other people's career journey, you know, because I want mine to speed up. So I'm looking at this person's and I'm like, man, what did they do that I'm not doing? They're focusing on their prize and not someone else's probably. And that's what.
Have you ever had one of those moments where it's like, you question the situation and it's like you almost hear in your heart where God is saying, I know that this is what you wanted, but I needed this from you right now so that this person over here could be ignited.
Yes. I have those moments all the time because, again, Arrow, going to the blind audition and meeting younger artists, and so the conversations is different as a slightly older artist with more experience and not just artistry, but in life as well. So certain conversations now I could ignite, like you said, I could ignite people in a different type of way from a different perspective that they could add to their art, but they also could add to their everyday person as well. And I'm like, okay, now I get it. I getting my journey now because I'm meeting all these people that like need to hear something. There's something that they need to hear. And then they bump into me and I just so happen to have the right thing to say.
See, and I call those moments, and I'm a freak on this, I call them the Yoda moments because Yoda became wise because he listened as he grew older. And that's why I love the idea of getting older because you're growing wiser.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. That is so true, man. Like, yes, as you're getting older, you really start to understand your life lessons better.
Yeah.
All your life lessons become your experience, and then your experience, then exudes out in your everyday life as an older, wiser person.
Yeah. Oh, Jamar, you got to come back to this show anytime in the future. You're just down the darn highway, man. I realize you've got the Falcons down there, and we've got the Panthers and the Hornets up here, but we got to bring these two cities together and not have such a rivalry.
Listen, let's do it. Let's bring it together. People, we gotta stop this stuff. We gotta stop these rivalries in this football games.
Well, you be brilliant today, okay, Jamar?
Yes, sir, Arrow. You as well. Listen, this won't be the last time. I'm gonna head your way.
Excellent.
Let's set it up.
All right.
Let's get it done.
All right, buddy. You be brilliant.
Yes, sir.